nappy changing products, my daughter has really sensitive skin and she's prone to nappy rash. So I use the Bepanthen Nappy Rash Cream. I do use this every time I change her, just a light layer, and I do put a thicker layer on at night. When I used disposable nappies in the hospital, the poor little thing came home and she had nappy rash. I did try Sudocrem and I found it actually didn't clear the rash up, which surprised me a little bit, but Bepanthen works for us and it's better. You can use it on for everything, not just nappy rash. I use it on myself sometimes. Aurora has really sensitive skin, so this is great for everything. Dummies. I use, or pacifiers. I have been using Avent brand little dummies. I didn't use it for the first few weeks, however Aurora does have reflux, which resulted in no sleep for either of us, and we were both very sad, so we ended up using some dummies and that really helped. So I only use it when she goes to sleep. I do have some smaller ones, some 0 to 3 month, obviously when she was a bit smaller. I think these might be maybe 0 to 6 month sized dummies. Honestly, they're not a really big deal to me. I don't think they have to look cute because she doesn't just have them, around. Lastly, my nappy bag. I don't have a nappy bag as such. I just use, this is a Country Road Heritage shopper bag. As you can see, it's pretty dirty at the moment because I kind of, goes everywhere with me. But honestly, it has everything I need. I breastfeed, I don't carry around bottles. So I don't need compartments, but I love this one. What I also have here are wet bags. This is a Bubble Bobs brand as well. Obviously they sell them with the nappies, it's always good to have a wet bag. And then a change pad. This is a cute little Country Road change mat. Also needs a wash, just folds out. It's really durable and it's quite soft, which can be nice. Lastly, breastfeeding essentials. As I said, I exclusively breastfeed. I also pump because to me, when I go back to work, it's really important that I can still give my daughter breast milk. So what I started with at first was just a Medela hand pump. I love it. Honestly, I don't think it's absolutely essential to have an electric pump. However, because I am pumping so much, it's just a little bit easier for me to have my hands free to be able to go about my day while I'm pumping. I absolutely love this pump. I would highly recommend it to anyone who's looking for a hand pump. It's super easy to clean. All you have to do is clean the bottle, flange comes apart, that's it. There's barely any pieces, which I found really good. And these things are super easy to get, and they're really cheap as well. So that's what I used for probably the first maybe 2 months, and I loved it. What I use now though, I do have a double electric breast pump. I didn't get one before I had her because I hadn't done enough research yet, and I wasn't happy to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on something that I didn't know was going to be really great. I'm glad I waited because I found a really awesome brand called Pumpables. This is so tiny. It weighs something like 220 grams, which is really important for me because I will be taking this to work when I go back, and I will be pumping at work. A lot of the other brands I found were quite big, and that's a lot to cart around, when you're going to work, aside from your handbag and your lunch and all that stuff. So this is so tiny. It honestly weighs like nothing. But that doesn't compromise on the suction or the quality at all. I will put a link to this in the description. So if you want to have a look, they do have some bigger pumps as well. But for me, I needed portability, and this is so great. It's super easy as well. So they come with bottles. They come with 3 different sized flanges. So all you have to do is put on the backflow protector, and then you've got the tubing. This is a closed system, which is great as well because it's very clean. So you just put that on, and as you can see, they have a little spot right here. That's single, and if you want to use double, you just open that up and you just plug that in, and that's it. Super tiny, very easy to use. It's got heaps of options, so I really love that. Definitely check out Pumpables if you need a breast pump. So exclusively breastfeeding, however, obviously when I go back to work, she is going to need to take a bottle. So I tried to introduce her to bottles straight away to make sure that she could take one, because I know that's a big issue, is babies not taking bottles when they've been exclusively breastfed, and then that's a huge hassle. How do you go back to work? So I also use the Medela Calma teats. I did research into it and into these as well. The reason that I use these is because they are the closest thing I have found to breastfeeding. So I'll explain why. So normally when you tip a full bottle upside down, the milk will run out into the baby's mouth. That's not the case with this one. The baby has to actively suck, just like they would on a breast, to get the milk out. So that's also really good for taking these out and about, because if you just chuck this right in the bag without, a proper lid on it, generally speaking, it's not going to leak. So it's really easy to use, and it's the closest thing I've found to an actual breastfeeding teat. I've never had a problem with my daughter taking this. I could just be really lucky and have an easy baby. But this has been really great. We don't have any problems with her taking a bottle, which makes it so easy on me. If I need to go out, or if I want to go out, have a nice time with my husband or something, it's a little bit easier knowing that I can leave her at home. I've got plenty of breast milk in the freezer, and she will take a bottle. So, sleeping. we used something called a Kakuna Baby. This is what it looks like when you first get it. It comes in nice plastic packaging, which is good. She's too big to use it now because you can't use it once they're rolling. Having this means I can store it for my next baby, and it's not going to, get stuff all over it. So, this is what it looks like. This is just a safe kind of blanket cover over it. It velcros down and it has a little button here to hold it. Obviously you can't put any loose sheets or blankets with your baby, it's dangerous. So this is kind of a nice compromise to that. If you have a baby in the winter months of the year, you need something to keep them warm, and this is really great for that. This has a really high warmth rating, so that will keep your baby nice and warm. Me personally, I had a baby towards the middle end of spring, going into summer. It was quite hot. I didn't have to use that, but this is what it looks like. So it kind of stops any flat spots on the baby's head because the baby isn't actually touching the bottom of this. It kind of creates almost like a bit of a sling, so it keeps their head nice and round, which is really good, and it allows them to move their head side to side really easily. So obviously the back, the sides of their head will stay lovely and round. Comes with a couple of different sheets, but I'll show you what the actual mattress looks like. So I believe it is just made of like a foam, and it's just kind of like a little cocoon for the baby. And this is for their little knees to go over. I will put a picture of what Aurora looks like sleeping in it. You'll also see those stretchy swaddles because that's what we used. This does come off so that you can, the bigger your baby is, you can move it around. Obviously, as I said, you can't use it when they're rolling, which means you'll get about 3 to 4 months out of it. I really loved this product. Aurora really loved sleeping in it. So this is the kind of thing that I also brought around with me if she was ever going to anyone else's house. It was super easy to taken around and put her in it when she needed to sleep, and it's really good for consistency. It helped us to create a bedtime routine for her, which can be really important to teaching your baby good sleep habits. So this was really essential to me. They also looks so comfortable. I wish they made them in like adult size, because I could probably do with one of these as well. As I said, it comes with a couple of different sheets. Obviously this is just a really thin sheet, but they do have one that comes in this fabric as well to keep your baby a little bit warmer in the cooler months if you need it. But as I said, I didn't need this. So I really love that I can get more use out of it as well for my next baby. Okay, so those are all of my 0 to 6 month baby essentials. I absolutely love every single one of those products, and I would highly recommend them to anyone having a baby or anyone who has a new baby. I did a lot of research before I bought anything, which means I don't have many products that I bought and didn't end up liking, with the exception of the Love to Dream swaddles. But I feel like you don't really know what kind of swaddle your baby's going to like until they're here. But I do use them now anyway, which is great. If you guys have any questions about any of those products, let me know. I will put some links in the description for those products, as many as I can. As I said, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.